episode 159.
Are you ready to take your eBay business to the next level? Then hold on, because Ron and Ali are going to take you into the fast lane with the latest tips and insights from some of the biggest and most successful sellers here on the So You Want to Sell on eBay podcast.
Welcome once again to another episode of So You Want to Sell on eBay. I'm Ron LeBeau.
And I'm Ali Young.
Hey, everyone. We have with us today DeAnn Wilcox. DeAnn, how are you today?
I'm good.
Good to hear. Good to hear. I'm doing good here in St. Louis. Ali, do we care about... Okay, how
we always care about me, Ron. We do.
It's paradise.
It is paradise. It's always paradise, yada, yada, yada. So welcome. Thanks for joining us, DeAnn. It's going to be awesome. I love your microphone.
Yeah, she's got a blue Yeti there, guys. I mean, so this
is serious stuff.
DeAnn began selling on eBay at the advice of her friends. She had adopted a child that had medical issues, and that made it hard to hold on a full-time job. So she always has enjoyed thrifting, and this was a natural fit for her. So DeAnn, cool. Very, very cool story there. And sometimes we do a lot of things for our kids, right?
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell us about how this came about. I mean, obviously, you got into it in a very unique kind of a way. I mean, most people start, small by, selling things around their house, and that might be how you started there. But tell us a little bit how it got started for you.
Well, I'm very lucky. I live like 15 minutes from a Ben's. So I think is everyone familiar with the Goodwill Bins and how that works?
Yeah, I imagine so.
Yeah, but go ahead. Just for anyone, because, we have a lot of people that are just starting out, and they might want to know what the Goodwill Bins are. So if you wouldn't mind just taking a minute to explain what that is, that'd be helpful.
So the Goodwill Bins are basically things that didn't sell at the other Goodwill stores, or my Bins is actually set up with a big donation pull drive-through. So we get estate sale items, and it's by the pound. And the more you purchase, the price of your cart goes down. So
yeah, here we call them.
They sussed that one out, didn't they? They sussed that out. Buy more, it gets cheaper. Oh, no.
Yeah, right. Goodwill outlets is what we call them here in St. Louis. But really cool. That's really good. You're only a few minutes from them, and that kind of got your story started, right?
Yep. I will go there for myself, and I was lucky to have friends that have been doing this for years, and this is their full-time thing. And they said, why are you not selling? You're staying at home. This is extra income for you guys. Just do it. And they held my hand just a little, and I would literally go and stake out the bins and
take
my butt. Oh, yeah.
I love it. Undercover.
Nice.
So, that's actually brought up a great question. So there you are. I'm visualizing. This is your new Goodwill. There you are. You see this thing. It's like, what is this? I mean, how do you navigate this beast?
You just jump in and do it.
Bundle!
You just jump in. You put on a pair of gloves and you jump in with the regulars, and now I'm a regular and everyone knows my name. Pack a lunch.
Yeah. And Ali, just for you and anybody else who doesn't know how this works, man, I've been there on like Tuesday when these things come in, and it is really cool because you do have the usuals, the people that are there all the time, and they know how to play the game. They know how to play the bins and things like that. It's really kind of funny to watch everybody, how they handle it. But there are some regulars at the one that I go to. How about you?
Oh yeah, make friends with the regulars. If you live close enough, like again, I made friends with the regulars. No joke. I would pack a lunch. I would wash my hands, go out to the car, have a lunch. I'd say, "Hey, watch my cart," because they will steal from carts.
Oh my! It gets like that. It gets real feisty.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Geez.
Yes.
So what are you looking for? So when you're there, what are your eyes homing in on? Are you clothes? I mean, what's your way of getting through that madness quickly?
Whatever I think will sell.
Okay, so anything. Anything, I love it all.
So that's a good point. So let me ask you this then. What is one item or one area that you didn't know anything about before you started selling, but now all of a sudden you can look at a plate or you can look at one item and you can tell what it is? What is your, I'm not going to say niche because you sell everything, but what one area or two have you been able to kind of get more schooled at and been able to appraise better?
Christmas.
Okay.
I learned quickly that Christmas sells year round. Someone gave me that bit of advice. And the older, mid-century modern, that is a big seller. And the regulars at the bins, they want the newer things because a lot of them are setting up at flea markets where I'm wanting the older things that may, sell other places.
That is so awesome. And again, proof that, what you want to sell isn't what somebody else wants to sell and vice versa. So I think that's one of the cool things about eBay is that we don't all have to sell the exact same things to make the same amount of money. It's just really kind of cool how that all works.
Like the mid-century modern nightgowns, they will just pass those by and I will see them and I will just grab every time they come through.
Mine.
And so learning, what was true, like the Vanity Fair that will sell well, and looking for the Made in America or the union tags. So that's another area I really like.
So I'm looking at your store. I'm looking at your store here, and you've got everything. I mean, like everything. Like you've got this vintage. I mean, I'm scared of clowns, but vintage just for keeps clown 13th. I mean, this thing looks spooky.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is all from that sort of Goodwill stuff, is it?
About 70% of my items come from the bins. I was
going to say 73.4, but okay.
Sometimes
go with 70.
But you're like, this, for example, this American greetings card. How do you know what to sell that for? It must be quite unique. I don't imagine there's a lot of those around.
Research.
Okay.
Research. There's a lull between the bins coming. And so that's a good time, to pick something up and look. I mean, I've sold cards for $30 and it surprised me.
Wow.
It will never cease to amaze me that someone's willing to pay that for cards. Mm-hmm. I, watch the videos when I'm taking pictures. At night, I research Pinterest. What are other people penning? What's popular right now?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you got it down to an art, and really, seriously, for someone who didn't know a thing about it not that long ago, you're doing really well. And, so I'm sure you're having conversations with your friends who aren't selling now, asking them why aren't they selling? Is that probably pretty accurate?
Yeah.
Cool. So do you still hang around with the friends that kind of got you into this?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Awesome.
I see them. I talk to them.
It's time for a quick break, but the guys will be right back here on the So You Want to Sell on eBay podcast.
Join us for eCom Chicago, our 5th annual 3-day conference on October 18th through the 20th, specializing in e-commerce and business growth. Listen and learn from accomplished speakers in the e-commerce world, including eBay, Etsy, Merch by Amazon, Walmart, Jet, as well as many others. This will be an opportunity you don't want to miss. Network, share tips and tricks, challenges, and successes, and learn from expert speakers and sponsors, as well as the numerous attendees from across the U.S. Be sure to check out the special pre-show vendor day on October 18th live, where vendors will be focused on demos on products and services. Find all the info at ecomchicago.com. Use coupon code podcast to receive $20 off your registration. Visit ecomchicago.com. Sponsorship opportunities available. A repetitive question among eBay sellers is, how can I sell more? Another one is, what solutions should I use to grow my business? Today, we have an answer to both. 3D Sellers. It is a first-of-a-kind platform that combines all vital solutions for eBay sellers under one dashboard. 3D Sellers has powerful tools for you to increase sales. 3D Sellers will boost your feedback score with a smart feedback reminder. 3D Sellers will give your listings a professional look and bring repeat business with professional cross-selling emails, and it is easy to use. There are other tools too. 3D Seller combines all the tools you need. Just visit 3dsellers.com and start a free plan now. It is already trusted by over 200,000 eBay sellers. And now only So You Want to Sell on eBay listeners get a 20% discount for a pro plan. Just use the code podcast. Visit 3dsellers.com now and get ready to sell more.
Check us out online or on social media. Facebook.com/So You Wanna Sell on eBay and Twitter at Your eBay Podcast.
So are you like a one-woman show, are you? Or have you got like, some people helping you out? Or is this just solely your empire?
It's all me.
It's all you.
My husband sometimes ship. He'll do a post office run for me, but yep, I do it.
Damn. I mean, how do you
That's
manage
really
that then?
cool.
So you're in the morning, you're down the local shops, buying all it, come back, have a cup of tea, or that's what we do in England, and then you start listing, and then what's your day look like?
You have to keep a schedule. You have to know your schedule, and you have to stick to it, and you have to know what works, and then you cannot be afraid to change if something happens. So my daughter gets picked up from the bus. I make sure that anything that's sold overnight is packed and ready to go.
Okay.
I know when my post office opens, I'm at the post office, I drop my stuff, and then I go to the bins.
Right.
And I have 1 to 2 days I take pictures, and I set those days, schedule that these are the days I'm going to photograph. Whatever is going on, I make sure I list 1 to 2 items a day. I have things in my phone. When I'm watching TV at night, I'm editing, and then I just save. I save, and going back to the daughter with the medical, she had a lot of speech appointments over the summer, and when she's back doing her appointments, I'm just listing and editing, and
amazing.
Very cool.
So all of my pictures are taken for the week. So the rest of the week, I'm not going to do anything but go in and hit list.
Yeah, it sounds like it's kind of like, you ever heard of the old eat the frog? If taking pictures is the hard thing to do, then eat the frog. Do it now and get it out of the way. And I guess the way it works is if you have a frog to eat at some point of the day, eat it in the morning and get done with that frog. And
Oh my God, Ron! Well, this is an pathology sort of thing. This is amazing. Where'd you getting this knowledge from? You're not passing this information along.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I didn't make it up.
You didn't
say that.
So
no, that's cool. So you got a lot of cool things here. Like Ali said, I was interested to see a lot of this stuff. It's just looks like brand new. It's all in immaculate shape. And you must go to a different Goodwill than me, because I'm telling you, the bins that I went to weren't this way, but that might have just been a bad day for me. I don't know. I know there was a guy that had like 4,000 books in his cart.
Oh my
I don't know. It was crazy.
Yeah, it must be fun though. Do you ever find yourself sort of nudging someone, or getting a bit competitive with another person in the store?
No, absolutely. This week, Tuesday is my bins day, and I go Tuesday, and it's first thing in the morning, and usually there's not that many people in the morning. Usually it starts picking up around 10, 11, okay?
Yep.
So I hear these people screaming, like a new row had come out, and I'm like 3 bins down, and I look, and it's about to go to a shoving match, and I just walked away.
You just walk away?
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, you know what? It's just not worth it, right?
Nope. I walked away. I went to the close.
Start taking martial arts just to go to the Goodwill.
yeah, trained in 15 arts.
And make friends.
Yeah.
Make friends with the regulars. So when something like that starts, happening, you can just duck behind the friends.
What you need to do is make friends with the people at the Goodwill outlet, right? That way you can have them make a big fuss about an empty bucket or whatever, and have the good one over here. So you guys are over here getting the good stuff, and they're getting the junk. So that's who you need to make friends with, in my opinion.
This is cool. So what's your plan then? Are you planning just to keep growing this thing, or are you going to get some employees and stuff to help you out?
Right now, I think doing it on my own is working.
Okay.
You're not overwhelmed?
No. I'm thrifty, so I really don't like paying others.
Yep.
There you go.
As long as I can do it on my own and manage it on my own, I'm going to do that. I thrift my boxes. There's a store. Am I allowed to mention names?
Yeah.
like Tuesday morning. There's a Tuesday morning.
Oh, don't say that name. Oh,
Yeah. She said it wrong. She said that name.
No.
oh my word.
Sorry.
No,
Yeah,
that's all
Tuesday
good.
mornings are good stores, man. They're really awesome.
So they give me their boxes and their bubble wrap.
Oh, cool. Wow,
Yeah.
look at you, man. Your friends that taught you how to or showed you how to do this are going, where is she getting all this stuff? You're probably teaching them a few things, right?
Oh, I still depend on them
Yep.
as my mistakes.
Okay, well, we all make those.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know I made a bunch today, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I'm not sure what you're talking about personally, but so I noticed that on your store that you're doing everything with shipping. You're putting a shipping price and a best offer as well. So have you sort of tested that out? That works better for you, or?
Yes. Shipping was my biggest failure in the beginning. If you don't get that shipping right, it can make or break you. So those were my mistakes in the beginning was, not throwing the box on the scale and the item on the moment that I hit list or was taking the picture. So I think it's safer. And I think with our discount, we do get that little cushion in case there is a mistake when I get, like, if I don't have the right box, know.
Yeah. And the funny thing about that is, there are two schools of thought. Some people bury the shipping cost into the price of the item. And some people like you are upfront and say, you know what, it's going to cost $5.15 to ship this $24.95 item. So, really, you're going to pay for shipping. And some people like to, bury it into the cost. And I respect both ways. I see, I know exactly on your website how much I'm going to pay for shipping. And then, I have that ability to, assess that and see if it's something I'm willing to pay for.
Ron and Ali will be right back after this short break.
So, you have an idea, a big idea, and you're ready to jump into the world of e-commerce. Awesome. But where to start? The answer is only a click away. At solutionsforecommerce.com, you'll find available services to help manage, audit, or even build your e-commerce site from the ground up. With over 10 years of experience in developing and managing channels on sites like Amazon, eBay, Shopify, and Etsy, Solutions for E-commerce can help you to grow your small or large business. Take a step back from the technical and do what you do best, and let Solutions for E-commerce handle the tedious stuff like creating, reviewing, adding, or removing listings, setting up or organizing store categories, even merchandising and customer support. Find out why their clients say that their business wouldn't be what it is today without the help from Solutions for E-commerce. Visit solutionsforecommerce.com and take your e-commerce business to the next level. That's solutions, the number 4, ecommerce.com. Use promo code eBay at checkout for an exclusive So You Want to Sell on eBay podcast discount.
Be sure to check out So You Want to Sell on eBay.com for the latest podcasts and all the information you need to get selling fast.
So using that theory, because this is a good thing. So how do you like, for example, you could ship just down the road or you could ship to the other side of the country. How do you know what the correct price for shipping is then?
Well, I use the eBay's autofill. So I will put in the dimensions of the box, the weight of the item, and then eBay calculates shipping.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's fail safe, right?
Right.
And then what about international? Do you do that?
Yes, I do.
So that's a similar
that's
way.
cool.
You're using like the global program or something, or?
No, I used global in the beginning, and then I had the school of thought that I'm going to reach more people. It's cheaper. And if I lose profit on one item, maybe it's worth it to get more customers or repeat customers. So now I just go international. And I've not had one problem since.
No, that's good. So you're saying that it's cheaper to ship the international yourself instead of shipping it to Kentucky?
It's cheaper for the customer than using the global shipping.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
I offer the global shipping. So they have the option. They can go through global. They can just do, straight international.
Okay. So they have their choices, which is really cool. Right. Do you do much international sales?
During the holidays I did, but I think I've had a lapse lately. So I'm curious to see if that's going to pick up, with Q4 coming.
Right. Q4, man. That's the gold, right?
Right.
So what are you doing? What are you doing to get prepared for that then?
Making sure the holiday items are listed. Tomorrow Tuesday, I picked up a few more Halloween items. So I'll probably work on listing a couple more Halloween things.
Okay.
Yeah. So we didn't see in the bio. I mean, when did you actually start selling on eBay, and how long did it take you to go full time?
About a year and a half.
Wow.
So I've been doing this for about a year and a half.
Is that
awesome?
That's like full time or?
Yes. So at the prompting of the friends that kept nagging, oh, you should do it, you should do it. I was at the bins one day for myself, and a whole bin of possible dream Santas, the cloth ink Santas. Do you guys be familiar with those? They're like a Hallmark. Yeah. Okay, they came out, and I said, you know what, I'm going to try this. And so I threw them in the cart, and I think my cart was like $12 that day.
Yeah. And just so you know, Ollie, that's a big cart. I mean, you can get a lot of stuff for $12 at those bins, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool.
$12. Jeez.
Yeah.
I could feed a family for a week on that out here.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, what I'm saying is you can put a lot of things in a cart, and it goes by weight. So $12, you wind up getting a lot of things. And if one or two of those things sell for $30 or $40 or $50 or $100, man, you're gold.
Yeah,
and
that's really cool.
I think they all went for 30 or over. Pretty sure. So that got me hooked. So I did the 50 free for a while, like 1 or 2 months. And then I went to the first level store, and then eBay sent an offer for just like half price to go up a level in the stores for like 4 months. And I took it. And so I just went with it.
Very cool. I mean, you know what? And really, let me ask you this. When you went from not having a store into a store, did you feel like at that point that it was like you were serious? Like, did it make you feel like, you really have the start of a business now? Yes.
And I came from a management background, so I was always taught, it's the minute you walk in and you turn on the lights, it costs $500 just to open our business every day. And that's true, So now I have to pay for my subscription, and there are things I want to do for my daughter. There's things I have planned for this money. So you just get up and you do it. But it does ground you, center you.
Not bad. I mean, it just sounds like, in this year and a half that you've been doing this, you've learned so much. Did you use like forums and Facebook groups and, that wonderful Facebook group called So You Want to Sell on eBay?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It's so, and then helping your friends and stuff like that. So it's, do you think it's possible for anyone to sell on eBay?
Yes. You just have to be motivated. You have to keep yourself centered, know your schedule, know what you can do, and do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? That's a great point, and good question, Ollie, because, really anybody can sell on eBay because, whether you make $10 or $150,000 in that month, it's all dependent on what you're able to do and what you're willing to put into it. We have interviewed, I think 150,000 a month was our highest. What is it so far, Ollie?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it depends on, you, and it's really neat. The neat thing about this business is you can make it as big or small as you care to.
Right.
Yeah. It's an amazing, and it's just such a great thing because you can get to so many people, and someone like yourself can just take a dream or an idea to help your family and make it work. So it's wow. So I'm loving your store. So you're doing the imagery as well, are you? Is that you as well?
And that's all from my phone.
That's all from your phone.
Oh my gosh. That is good information. So again, if you're out there and you're just thinking about starting an eBay business and you're thinking, I need to go out and spend all this money on a real fancy camera. Nope. There's a lot of people like DeAnn that are actually just using their phone and taking high quality pictures. These smartphones today are very, very awesome, man. They take really good pictures. I mean, these pictures on your store here that I'm looking at are very, very high quality. So you're not giving anything up. Yeah, you're not giving anything up in the quality there for sure. Wow, they are very impressive.
So we're running out of time here because, again, it just goes by so quick. But let me ask you a question. Because I like this. I just like to know. But what's the weirdest thing or the ugliest thing or that thing that you bought thinking no one's going to buy that and they do? I mean, do you have a product like that?
Panties.
Sorry?
Panties.
Panties.
From
Vintage
Goodwill.
Panties. Vintage panties.
Vintage panties. Do they come like with
And
like
they
a lock
sold.
on the front? Man, that's unbelievable. Vintage panties. You're talking the thing under that we call the trousers, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, Ali. Underwear, man.
I forgot my dictionary, my American dictionary. I left it at home today, so I'm trying to keep up.
I think I had a bidding war. It was either the older Victoria's Secret or the Vanity Fair, and I think they were like $63.
Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing.
And again, this came from the bins. So, what? 99 cents a pound. So
Yeah. Wow.
the weight of those panties,
The weight of it.
didn't cost you anything.
right?
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, you can almost say those were free, really. Seriously.
Right.
Absolutely. And you got $63 minus some fees and you're good to go.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
awesome.
sadly, we've run out of time here, DeAnn. I mean, this has been brilliant. I mean, another one, just another story of someone who comes up with an idea, walks into the madness of Goodwill, and then just grabs some stuff and have fun with it and give this opportunity to your daughter as well, which is amazing. And Ron and I are always about family and family stuff. So, well, seriously, thanks for spending the time with us. We'll post all the
thanks for
notes
having
from
me.
Definitely. We'll post all the notes from today's show on our show notes page, which can be found at www.soyouwannasellonebay.com/show notes. DeAnn, before you leave us, how's the best way that people can see you, get in communication with you?
Faithfully Upcycled on Facebook.
Okay.
I'm on Twitter.
Cool. So we'll stick
Awesome.
all of those links inside the show notes page. So be sure to check that stuff out. From everyone here at So You Want to Sell on eBay, I'm Ali Young.
And I'm Ron LeBeau.
That's all for this episode of So You Want to Sell on eBay. Be sure to check out our next episode or any past episodes by going online to soyouwannasellonebay.com. Also, be sure to follow us on your favorite social media sites, facebook.com/So You Want to Sell on eBay, and Twitter at Your eBay Podcast. Thanks for listening. And until next time, happy selling.
Have an idea for a topic or know someone who would like to be on the show? Let us know. Just go to www.soyouwannasellonebay.com/interview. We look forward to hearing from you. This podcast was produced in part by Pro Voice Works.